Welcome back to Mind Life Weekly, where we talk about simple psychology for everyday life. In our last video, we discussed the 4 most common reasons of procrastination: having no clear priorities, having no definite action plan or goals, feeling overwhelmed, and not being in the mood to work. Today, we'll be expanding this list and going through 4 more common reasons. So, let's begin. Number 1, fear. Fear paralyzes a person. Some people fear failure. If I write this book, what if it's no good? Others fear success. If I become too popular, can I handle the pressure? Both of these fears are rooted in something that might have happened in the past. Maybe they experienced something like this before, or maybe someone they knew suffered the same consequences. This past event is what causes the fear in the present. To conquer this fear, a person needs to go into their own head and have an honest dialogue with it. They need to be able to face it and say, whatever it is, I want you to change it. To be able to muster the strength to let go of the fear and move away from it, one can commit themselves to the following thoughts: I don't need those beliefs anymore. I don't need to be held back. I don't need to be afraid of failure, and I don't need to be afraid of being successful and whatever consequences that might bring. To help you in your effort to let go of fear, a special video playlist on this channel titled Getting Past Your Past will be available soon. It will help you deal with and overcome any kind of self-sabotaging behaviors that lead to procrastination. Number 2, perfectionism. Aiming for excellence is a good thing. However, one must not confuse excellence with perfection. Excellence accepts mistakes, perfection does not. Excellence is achievable and humanly possible, perfection is not. Unfortunately, so many people mistakenly aim for perfection rather than excellence. Therefore, this becomes a more common problem than most people think. The perfectionist's dilemma is one that has them stopping themselves from performing at all. Their thoughts follow one train of thought: I want this to be perfect, so I'm afraid that whatever I can do won't be good enough. This is a self-defeating thought, a rejection of the notion of doing anything less than perfect. Instead of accepting that nothing will be good enough and simply being proud of what can be done, a perfectionist will procrastinate and not bother themselves with putting in the effort to realize their goals. Take the following analogy as an example. You want to draw a circle. In your mind, you have a picture of the perfect circle and how it should look like. You might start drawing a circle, but realizes that something doesn't look right. The lines are too wobbly, they aren't perfect, and hence they aren't good enough. Instead of practicing and attempting to draw the perfect circle, you will just abandon it altogether because you cannot achieve the perfection you desire. Consequently, you will never ever draw the perfect circle. You will never achieve your goal. There was a time where I was obsessed with perfection. I talked to several people about it, and one mentor offered their words of wisdom, which have definitely left a great impact on me. They enlightened my mind and helped a great deal in my own personal career. Now, I'll be sharing these words with you. Perfectionism is the biggest enemy of success because you'll never reach perfection. You are better off doing something mediocre or just an okay job at something, releasing it and letting other people give you feedback so that there's an interaction going on. Based on that interaction, you do it again at a slightly better level. That's how your mind learns. That is how excellence happens, not perfection. Skills do not appear out of the blue. They evolve. They develop. If one learns something new, like painting circles, the first circle might be so bad it looks more like a triangle than anything spherical. The next one has more circularity to it, and as one continues to do it, the mind and body develops the skill needed to do it better. This is called implicit learning. Now you're dipping to the reservoirs of your potential. With continuous attempts to paint the perfect circle, the circle becomes more and more perfect looking. At some point, it becomes so good that people look at it and admire it. With the hard work and effort that you have invested in creating the perfect circle, you have reached excellence. Sadly, instead of excellence, most people strive for perfection. This leads to an overwhelming feeling that can lead to procrastination. I, myself, fell into this very trap while creating this video for the Mind Life Weekly. I had all these visions and plans for all these wonderful things I wanted to do. I wanted to create the perfect video. Then, I started getting overwhelmed and thought that there is no way I would be able to accomplish everything. For several months, I procrastinated until one day I looked at myself in the mirror and thought to myself, hang on a second, what am I doing? I know what is happening here. I decided there and then to let go of my fantasy of perfection and just do what I had to do, the best way I knew how. I also decided to share what I've learned with other people, hoping that it would help transform their lives the way it transformed mine. As soon as I had all those realizations, it seemed like the floodgates to my inner mind opened right away and, magically, I knew exactly what I wanted to say and put into each section of the video. Everything became easy. Even my procrastination disappeared. I'm sharing this to help you realize that even though you may understand these things, there is still the possibility that you might get caught up in them from time to time, just as I did. However, it is not a big deal. Charge it to one's learning, as they say. Sure, I might have lost quite a few months in the process, but I caught myself and I recognized what was going on. I laughed at myself and I dropped it. At that point, my ability to start producing again just naturally re-emerged. I learned that I am not perfect, and I will make some mistakes. However, despite that, I am still bound for breakthroughs and learning. I can still achieve excellence even if I am not perfect. Now, on to the 2 more final reasons on why you procrastinate. Number 3, low self-esteem. Self-esteem is shaped by one's thoughts, relationships, and experiences. A thorough understanding of the ranges of self-esteem and the benefits of promoting healthy self-esteem is essential to achieving a healthy personality. By definition, self-esteem is the overall opinion a person has about their own abilities and limitations. Individuals with healthy self-esteem feel good about themselves and they consider themselves worthy of respect. On the other hand, people with low self-esteem put little value on their self-worth, opinions, and ideas. They have this constant worry and fear of not being good enough. Most studies on self-esteem are centered on children. However, many adults could also benefit from improving their self-esteem. People with high self-esteem generally see themselves in a positive light. This positivity extends to their dealings with other people and the way they do things. Although low self-esteem alone is not a recognized mental health problem, it does have an effect on a person's mental health. Holding negative beliefs about oneself lowers their resilience and ability to cope with the stresses of life, hence, putting them at a higher risk of developing mental health problems such as eating disorders, depression, or social phobia, which are closely related to mood and self-belief. More serious mental health disorders can also stem from having low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem have no belief in themselves. They have no confidence in what they can achieve, and they even doubt whether or not they are even worthy to begin their projects in the first place. This is truly a sad reality, considering all the potential these minds hold and all the gifts that each person has been bestowed with. Sometimes, all it takes is a little pinch of faith. Our video playlist called Self-Esteem Success is a good resource for anyone who has low self-esteem. The videos contain important lessons on how to have more confidence and belief in yourself. Having high self-esteem frees a person from the chains of doubt. It will give them the power to realize the raw talent inside them and to use it to their advantage. Every person would surely be surprised with the vast scope and depth of their capability, if only they would have the courage to search within themselves to find it. Number 4, stress. Stress is one of the biggest killers of creativity, one's problem-solving ability, lucidity, intelligence, and one's drive to get things done. It is one of the main reasons for procrastination. Nonetheless, a little bit of stress is actually very useful, even healthy for the body. However, there is another kind of stress that is bad for the body, the kind that shuts things down. This is the stress that creates all kinds of mental and physical illnesses. That kind of stress that needs to be stopped as quickly as possible. The video playlist Stress Success explains the methods on how to do just that and how to deal with the daily stresses of life in a healthy way. In the midst of a stressful experience, follow these 3 steps to distress. 1. clear out all your stress. 2. Feel the relaxation enter your mind and body. 3. Clear your mind and sharpen your focus. At that point, one's ability to get things done will automatically go right back where it belongs, procrastination will disappear, and motivation will return. Conclusion: procrastination is without a doubt a serious thing. It is capable of robbing individuals of their ability to maximize their potential. Nevertheless, there is a bright side to this story. It is possible to overcome procrastination, but it will take effort, work, determination, and commitment towards achieving maximum motivation. I hope this video has clearly conveyed insights on how to improve your own motivation, and more specifically how to banish procrastination. In a later video, I will be discussing how to triumph over procrastination by troubleshooting it, thus maximizing your motivation even further. So, that's about it from me. Mind Life Weekly will continue to have many more discussions on motivation and procrastination. So stay tuned for our next fascinating video. As always, thank you for watching. If you learned something from this video, show us your appreciation by tapping the like button on your way out. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay informed when our next video is out. Thank you for listening, and take great care.